Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome back to Aurora Zoo. And we've got quite a bit to show you as we have completed Bear Claw Canyon, the bear section of the zoo. And I know it's been a minute since the last episode, so we've got a good amount to look at. The last time we were making the sun bear habitat here, and we had kind of started the Aurora Mines, as we have decided to call it, but this has been completed now. This is totally finished, and super happy with the way it turned out. And yes, we did decide to call it Aurora Mines. I don't remember if I mentioned this in the last episode or if we had came up with it afterwards, but we kind of came up with a backstory to the zoo, a little bit of lore. So basically the idea was, all right, well, that was fun. The game actually locked up on me there for a minute, so I went ahead and just paused the game in case that was... I know this area, the game does not like this area because there's thousands and thousands of pieces just in this one spot. Yeah, so the backstory is Aurora Mines here, and you know, they'd been long abandoned and shut down, so somebody bought the land and repurposed it into a zoo. But of course, we still had the mines here. We added a second entrance, so as part of the lore, this might have been like the old employee parking lot for the mines. It has now been repurposed, so we have like nice little welcome area. We have this building here, which does not have an interior. I know that's strange. A lot of our buildings, in fact all of our buildings, have interiors, but added a second guest spawner, and then we have a second entrance here. So this way, because the zoo's gotten pretty large, trying to get people from all the way over here back here is tough. So having this second entrance allows this area to look actually like it's getting used, and it is. You can see we've got a good amount of guests. Yeah, under Aurora Mines, we did look at this before, but this is the black bear habitat. It is 100% complete now, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. We added a bunch of spotlights because it was actually really dark in here, even in the daytime, but at nighttime it was like pitch black, so you can see how dark it actually is. But the spotlights help. They shine lights on like the areas here that the guests would want to see the bears, and yeah, it looks really cool. We'll go back to daytime, and then the other, we have two new habitats. See if I can actually get out of here. Oh, I think I'm still under the ground. Maybe. There we go. So yeah, this whole area has been expanded. We brought the path along here. Again, this is all elevated path because the area, it's supposed to be like super rocky and uneven, so having a path go along the ground was sort of not possible. So we made a nice little elevated path everywhere. We also added some signs here using the custom billboards, because you can actually put in some of the in-game images into the custom billboard. So we've got the signs there letting you know which way the Himalayan brown bear and the grizzly bear are. So you can come around this way, and we've got another one of those signs let you know it's up that way. We've got the defroster here. We always make sure we've got one of these in each area of the zoo. But this spot is like, I really like how this turned out. We did a little creek here. Also with the new billboards, we added this like ice texture image, so kind of makes it look like a frozen river down here, or like stream, I guess. I also really like this bridge. I don't know what it is about bridges, but I think that looks pretty cool. So the guests can come in, and I really like the way this building turned out. I'm really happy with it. But you walk in, and then so we have a nice little food court area in here. And again, we're really making heavy use of the custom billboards, which we talked about in the last episode. I said when that update drops, we are going to be using them a lot, and we did. We've got the custom billboards everywhere. I like this sort of like mural at the top here. And it just really, it's cool for like adding like depth to the buildings. And you'll see here, especially in the habitats. So this is the Himalayan brown bear habitat over here. And this looks super good, but you can see with the custom billboards back there, using like the forest images, it just really adds a lot of depth and makes it feel a little bit more like they're actually in, you know, in the wildlife out there, in the wild, if you will. This guy looks like he's ready to use the old rubbing post there. And then on the other side, we have the grizzly bears, and we did the same thing as well. So the custom billboards, I really love this image too. I think it fits perfectly with this habitat. We got a lot of baby bears. In fact, I actually released all of the adults into the wild because their population was getting a little out of control. So as soon as these guys grow up, most of them are going to be released to the wild, and then we'll keep at least 2 of the adults. But yeah, it's just, I really love using the billboards. The waterfall there looks pretty cool. Could probably unpause it because we're not really near the mine building now, but it's like Lord of the Flies, but with bears. So yeah, this all looks really cool. I'm really happy with this. The idea of doing kind of a double habitat in this building, it came together really well. This is also I just think this looks really cool. It kind of feels like you're about to walk out into the forest, but then of course you come out here and you're in the frozen. The other thing we did is, after I built this, I realized, oops, I didn't plan for the monorail. So we actually just made it go over top of the roof of the bear habitat and then heading out over here. And then we've done a little bit of building. We terraformed a little with the mountains and all the trees back there. So it's going to look really big and thick and lush like we've been doing everywhere else. And then the other big thing that we've done since the last episode with the billboards is we made an aquarium. Yes, we've been talking about it for months and months, and I kept putting it off because I was like, well, what if Frontier releases an aquarium DLC? And after the aquatic pack, and then after the last update with the all animal pack, I was like, okay, now's the time to do it because we have the billboards, and I don't think at this point they're going to do an aquarium pack. So let's just make one and let's go in and check it out. One of the things, actually my favorite things, is like out here. I love how it's like right up on the riverbed there, and I like how the building is actually kind of modern. I think it's more fitting with like a building that would be an aquarium. I love the dark gray with like the blue. I think it all comes together really well. But to get the full effect of this, we're gonna actually turn it to nighttime. And oh, I need to replace, this is our temporary power source. We'll replace that here real quick. There we go. All right. So yes, this is the Aurora Zoo Aquarium, and pop in, and it's got that sort of like dark, barely lit vibe that I think most aquariums have. We do have some exhibits in here. One of the new ones, the giant Malaysian leaf insect, and then we've got the red-eyed tree frog. So I figured it was a good place to use some exhibits because we don't really have a lot of them throughout the zoo. And then of course, making use of the billboards and the fact that you can import videos into them. I found some just generic aquarium footage, imported it into the game, and now it just kind of looks like we've got some aquariums there. We've got some on the other side here. One of our community members actually made this sign for us, so I went ahead and imported that in, and I think that looks really cool. And then down here is where it really shines. This is like the big aquarium tank, and ignore the fact that the video repeats. I think they're about 30-second videos, but otherwise there. It just repeated. I think it looks super cool. This right here is actually one of my favorite spots in the whole zoo. I just think it looks so cool. It just looks like one big tank, and I think one of the things for me that sells it is on the side here where the two pieces of the bottom connect. Even though they're two different videos, it kind of sells it to your brain that this is just one big tank. At least to me it does. So yeah, I just think it's so cool. Like I said, that's my favorite spot. We made this like little mural here, supposed to be like underwater. We use these lights. This is supposed to represent bubbles going up. Of course, we got a waterfall, because what else are you gonna put in that random spot between two paths? There's also a food court up here. We've got Nemo's Cafe, as you can see. You pop up here. We've got some more aquariums. I really like these as well. I like using the circular window pieces there. We've got another mural. And then we've got some shops there. You can get some food, and you can come over here and eat. Got a nice little skylight. Ooh, Aurora Borealis is out. Fitting, because we are in Aurora Zoo. And then you just get like a really nice view out over the water, see some of the zoo. And I'm super duper happy with all of it. And then we can just pop out here, and there it goes. I also really like this bridge. I wanted to do something a little unique. Perhaps this bridge was here before the zoo as well, so another piece that has sort of been repurposed for use for the zoo. Just like an old steel bridge. Who knows what it was used for before, but now it's a path that connects the different parts of the zoo. Yeah, so there you are. There is that is all of Bear Claw Canyon. It has finally been completed. You remember all the way back way back when we started this, and we just started with the gate here. And it's all come together really nice. It turned out exactly the way I wanted it, with like I said, the uneven terrain here and having to make all the paths sort of elevated. It just all worked out really well, I think. And it looks exactly the way I want. Really happy with the front of this building too. And I like the window in the front, so you can see the mural that's on the inside. I think that's pretty neat too. So yeah, that is Bear Claw Canyon. And next up, we are going to be working in the primates area. And as I've said before, that's the last area of Aurora Zoo. And then Aurora Zoo is going to be done, you guys. So it'll be finished. We'll get it up on the workshop, and then we're going to start a new zoo. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you liked how Bear Claw Canyon has turned out. I'm super happy with it. And yeah, make sure you guys keep tuning in for future episodes, and we'll keep getting the new primates area done and worked on. And I know I say this every episode, but if you are interested in hanging out with us live when we're building in Aurora Zoo, make sure to head over to my Twitch channel. The link to that is always in the description below. We stream Planet Zoo every Saturday, sometimes Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. Those are my 4 streaming days. We would love to see you. We'd love to have you hang out with us. But yeah, so I'm going to leave this part here. As always, be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.